Good morning, guys. It is Sunday morning and I don't know what we're gonna get up to today. I have some updates to show you. Here on the farm we've run some more fence and did an electric fence and hung a gate, and we're probably gonna move some more fence today. I'm excited to show you guys because number one, I fought a Hereford bull in my backyard all week, so I'm excited to show you guys how we fixed that problem. Also gonna try some different things with my milking routine today and my morning routine in general. Sorry, I'm a little bit slow. So I showed you guys in the last video kind of taking each goat one by one across and then going and carrying the babies. So today I'm going to try to move everybody at once because that's going really well in the evenings and the babies are going. And we're getting everybody from the barn to the new pen in the front. And they've probably got a couple more days on this front before it's like totally eaten down. So that's good. Okay, so I got my milk supplies all set up. And fed the dog and the cat. Feed Chief and then the pigs. And then kind of sort our milkers out. And milk, and then we'll move everybody at the same time. I'm hoping, at least for this morning, that Jeremy will be out here to kind of help me. What he does in the evening that really helps is he kind of pushes from the back, and so he keeps the babies coming. They're getting into the routine and they're figuring it out, but they're just, sometimes it's a struggle. So it's nice to have somebody kind of pushing them out from the back. Now tomorrow when I do this, I'm home by myself. I won't have somebody to help me do that because he'll be at work and I will be at work, but from home. But everybody seems to be really liking, we moved them, and I'll show you guys when we're done with chores. We put up a couple of extra panels kind of on the end of their pen so they could eat right next to the back of my house because the grass was really long, and they've had a blast. I'm having to get a little bit more comfortable with all that poop being like right next to my porch, and I put a panel where they can't get onto my porch, and then we kind of take down one of the panels every night so that Duke can come up to the house. Because of his electric fence, he won't approach gates because he knows that there's fence, that the electric fence line generally is right next to the gate. Hey, buddy. You say good morning? Good morning, Mom. But, so, it's been good with taking the fence down and he's come right through, which I was a little bit worried that once we put the fence up, he'd be like, oh, I'm not gonna go. But he hasn't been. Hopefully Chief will come. I know. You guys know the drill, don't you? It's like Cece is pissed. Here he comes. Good morning, Chiefers. Must have made it a little too hot this morning. I know, Cece. So we put Cece's babies up by themselves for the first time last night. I know. I think that's why she's making all that noise. You can see the pigs. I'll go get the milkers. See Gobbles and Princess out here in their new fence. I love electric fence. It's so much easier to build than pretty much any other kind of fence. Poor Jeremy, he was still asleep. It's probably not now with all the noise. Okay, I know. Take these guys out here. And thankfully, some of our mud's starting to dry. So we're able to, come on, Tune. And I'm walking through. It's sort of starting to dry out. This has really dried out. They get their piggy breakfast in here. And so we're gonna build them a new pig house and we're gonna put it right here. Let's see how that goes. So let's go sort these guys. I'm gonna have to put you down because that is a two-handed job. Okay. So we'll see how this goes. Yesterday it rained in the morning and so I didn't milk because the girls wouldn't come to the barn in the pouring down rain, so I just let the babies out. And like one day of not having the same routine. And they've all lost their mind. So hopefully this will work. Okay, so the baby somehow broke out. I don't know how, but all of them are out, so my guess is that somebody opened the door for them, somebody being a goat. So we missed Bunny's milk, but I wanted to show you Cece's udder. So look how big this udder is. I'm excited to see how much milk we get. Sorry, she's still leaking a little bit of blood, which is totally normal. I'm excited to see how much milk we get out of her. Milking Pixie. Pixie's never been milked. This is only the second time she's ever had babies. The first time she had them prematurely. She was too young. She got pregnant on accident. It's a big, long story. So I'm trying to train her just to come in and eat breakfast and go back out at this point. And she's a little wigged out, but she's very well behaved to be as skittish of a goat as she is. So I'm gonna clean up and she's gonna sit here and eat, hopefully. So just want her to be comfortable being up here. I'm gonna do a tail check. Still pretty tight, but she's getting more and more udder development every day. So that's good. I'm hoping I can see on the camera what happened, where maybe they went through the fence or whether one of the big goats opened the gate. It's interesting because usually they just sleep. So we got 2 cups out of Cece, which is pretty good, and she had a ton more milk in her udder that she wasn't giving me. She is the queen of holding back milk for babies. So we should have gotten between 7 and 8 cups this morning, but because little babies came and drank milk before I could get, Bunny had almost no milk. And she's been giving me a little bit more than a pint, so we should have had about half a gallon today. A little less. But I'm excited to keep Cece's milk production up because she's making a lot of milk for 2 babies. I bet she has a quart by herself, no doubt, of milk. Okay, I'm gonna get a marker. So I'm excited. Bunny's making, everybody has really great capacity except for Nani. Nani only has 1 baby and she's not my heaviest milker. Would honestly love to see, and she hasn't had any girls, she's always had boys, and which is really funny. Cece's shedding, so I have goat hair all over me. So just write the date on the top of the jar, and that's why I love these plastic jars. They're easy to clean. They're screw top jars. They're just, I'm gonna stick this in our freezer. So with goat's milk, you want it to get cold really fast, and so I've had it in, and I know I've showed you this before, sorry, she's a little anxious with me walking around. It's okay, Pix. It's okay, eat your breakfast. But if you're new, so this is just a lunchbox and it's frozen and it has ice pack in it, and I stick the jar down in there so that the milk is cooling as I milk, and we'll put that back in the freezer. So yeah, so that's what we do. I'm gonna let her eat a little bit more since all the babies are with mom. I'm not in a hurry. And then we're gonna get ready to walk everybody over to their pasture for the day. But yeah, so you wanna get goat milk cold really fast, or it gets like that goaty kind of weird flavor to it. And last year, our fridge, this was our old fridge, it was just having a problem staying cold. And so it was really hard. We lost a lot of milk. Milk tasted funny. Milk just never tasted good all year long because it couldn't get cold enough. So this year we're just dumping it right into the freezer and hoping for the best. disassembling and reassembling some fence in the doe pasture while they're in there. They're rotated out. I'm excited. I didn't show you guys this morning. I'll give you a quick update to the fence situation. So I'm loving that we're doing pasture rotation. Let's go check on this pig really quick because he's in his pig pool. So I've said this before in other videos, but since we have quite a few new folks, pigs don't have sweat glands, so you have to provide them a wallow so that they can cool down, and it is not that hot out here today. But this boy loves the pool. Loves it. I think it's his favorite thing. Toonie's not too crazy about the pig pool yet. Are you, Tune? Still very dramatic and needs lots of attention. But Pork Chop just loves being in his pig pool. Are you just so happy? Are you just the happiest pig? Yeah? I'm happy, Mom. Let's see if I can take a picture of him without Toonie biting my hand. Maybe. There we go. So he's having fun. So, there's a fence here now. I don't think I talked about this morning that we can take. So they're all up next to the house eating all this grass. They had mowed this completely down and it has grown back in the last couple of days. Chief, so you saw with this morning's fiasco, is now over with the boys because he got out, and the easiest thing to do is put him in with them, which is actually really good to get him out of the pasture with these guys and really get no animals on their winter pasture. I'm excited about this pasture rotation. So the hope is 3 pastures. This, the combination of these 2, put them in with the pigs to clean up what the pigs can't eat, and then put them back out in the front maybe in about 6 weeks. Also, and this is kind of harder to see, this is an electric fence that we ran, and it goes right to where they are. It stops those cows. It goes to here, and there's an alleyway between the electric fence and the metal fence, and it goes all the way around and then comes in front of the hay. So now my 2 bottle calves from last year have this whole backyard to eat, and I don't have to mow it. And they're away from the boy goats. And when Chief is weaned, before we sell him, we'll put him out here too. And so we think right now, instead of selling Princess, we're gonna make her our feeder calf. She's a heifer, so it'll take a little bit longer. So we'll start feeding her out, get her nice and big, so maybe by Christmas we'll be able to take her for processing. She's kind of a stinker. And then Gobbles. Gobbles is just my pet cow, if you didn't know. She was a bottle calf. She has a jacked up knee, but she has a better disposition. She's real chill and calm and just easy. Princess is kind of a brat. And there's Chief. So just from perspective, garden. Fruit trees are behind the hay. My pretty girl. And so Chief, now, the only thing that's on this pasture are 2 small goats who won't be able to keep up with it, but that'll be good for them worm-wise, and then Chief for now. And like I said, when he's weaned, which will still, he's almost 2 months old, so in 2 more months, he'll go out here with these guys. But because they were both bottle babies, I don't really want to fight them trying to eat Chief's bottle. And you can see the girls are just absolutely loving being out here. They love especially being under this tree. So I'm really glad that I really was determined to use this tree as cover and shade and just a place for them to sit. It's also really hard to keep weeds out from under this tree, and they will do that, won't they? Grass is growing. It's great for them parasite wise just to be off that pasture. It's still really muddy. Hi Zilly Billy. So yeah, we'll walk in here and I'm going to show you what we're going to do. We are going to move this fence out to be even with the edge of the barn, and this is our new swinging gate. So instead of having to put the sign up right there, so it's just going to go out here, and that will be one big area. And then we're also going to take down, so we're going to close off this little gap. We'll move, there's a door that we'll put there, and then we're going to take all this down, and so it'll be just one big paddock outside the barn. But we will get them off this for a while, which will be good. And we're going to let it grow up nice and tall so that they're only going to eat the tops, which will help with parasites. And then the next project will be probably to work on this gate a little bit. To get some, set a post and get some gate hardware and get this gate as a swing gate, so that we'll have a small pen, pasture, pasture. And that way in the winter they can have access here where their hay will be. But the barn needs to be raked out. And I don't know if I showed you guys this morning how the babies were coming out, but what they did, so you can see the door is still shut where they were. I had the fence doubled up right here, and so they moved this. Like, they were able to, probably somebody got stuck and they were able to pull it out and just come through this gap and get out. So I'll have to work on that. But that's okay. Just get this mud. What'll be nice is to get them off this like mud. They'll be able to walk out here. So yeah. Okay, I wanted to finish up this video and show you what all we did. Pepper's eating some mineral. And I don't know how much you guys could see when we were working. So I doubt that you guys could see when we were working, but the pigs were sleeping right here, and we tore down this whole fence and kind of like scooted it over, and they didn't wake up at all. It was hysterical. They just sat here and slept. It was really funny. So the only thing that we did to this fence basically was just this little square panel was like halfway into this gate, and we scooted it back so that it would go all the way across. And you can see we disassembled all those wooden panels, and we had, to explain why, we had meat chickens, and we used this as a brooder. So we had, we actually had them in this pen wrapped in this little dog kennel, initially wrapped in a tarp with heat in the barn. And then when they got feathered, we moved them out here, and we grew them out basically in this little run for a while. And then before we built the hoop coops that I was going to show you, but they don't exist. We tore them down. But the hoop coop like we built in a couple of videos ago. So we tore down all of that and piled all the junk up, and then we moved the fence that was here, and we stepped it out to be even with the barn and put this gate in. And this is like a nice gate, which I'm excited about, and baby goats will be able to go under it, but it's okay. So a nice gate that swings, and we put up this panel in here, and so this just keeps mama goats in and baby goats, so that we're really trying to keep them off this pasture. So when we bring them in at night, they still have like this little paddock that's gonna have grass, you know, a little bit of grass in an area. And like I said, we're really working on pasture rotation, so all of this is designed for us to be able to rotate our pastures. And so we want this to grow up till it's probably about a foot tall, because there are so many it's so loaded with parasites, it's never had rest. So we're hoping to leave this for 6 weeks till it gets nice and tall by having the girls in the backyard, because it's growing really fast. And this, if it would dry out, would also grow really fast. And we can kind of put them in here to help the pigs. The pigs will probably not be able to maintain this whole big pasture by themselves. So that's the hope. Petunia's been swimming in the pool. So that was the idea. And we also mucked the barn out a little bit because it had gotten, it was just time to muck it out. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. It's not like a super exciting video, but we're really committed to trying to rotate pastures to help manage parasites, because parasites have been such an issue for us. Tinker. So when Tink was little, she was really tiny. She was the runt, so she was very, very small, and for months she could go through the fence. The problem now is that I need her to stay in the fence, and she's going through right here, so I'm gonna have to figure out probably some welded wire to run across the bottom right there, just to double up on the fence, because she keeps getting out. There's no reason, there's plenty to eat in there. She's just a turkey, and she likes to escape. We call her Tinker the Stinker. And Pixie's gonna get her head stuck. I love to see that where little babies eat minerals. They really shouldn't eat them, but it's great to go ahead and, these have been the best little babies. They're wild, but they've really they've eaten grain early. They've just been a really good group of babies. Other than they're crazy. So we're gonna put her back in, because I left her out for like 2 hours, and she was out here, and she ended up over there because she couldn't figure out how to get back in. So I'm going to take her and put her back in. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and we will see you guys later. Make sure to give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Leave me a comment about what kind of content that you guys like to see. I'm literally filming something every other day that's going on because it's spring and there are tons of projects. But if there's something specific that you guys would want to see that we're doing, let me know. What do you think about pasture rotation? Yeah, I mean, we're still waiting on Pixie to have babies, so hopefully in the next week or so. I need to go. She's right here. But we'll see. So yeah, we'll see you guys later.